Today, we're gonna go on a journey of the Stradivarius violin, an instrument so extraordinary that its name has become synonymous with the peak of musical artistry. Imagine the streets of Cremona, Italy, in the early 18th century. It is here that the maestro himself, Antonio Stradivari, mastered his craft, birthing a legacy that would echo through the centuries. Born in 1644, Stradivari became not just a luthier, but a musical alchemist, turning wood and strings into instruments of great beauty and incomparable resonance. Antonio Stradivari's childhood is surrounded with a bit of mystery, as historical records from the 17th century are often lost. Born on December 18, 1644 in Cremona, Italy, Stradivari came into the world that was still feeling the reverberations of the Renaissance and the blossom of the Baroque period. While detailed information about his early years is limited, historians and scholars have pieced together some of the aspects of his childhood. Stradivari was born into a family with a lineage of string instrument makers. His father, Alessandro Stradivari, was a respected and skilled luthier. It is likely that Antonio received his initial exposure to the art of instrument making from his father. Growing up in a household with a tradition of craftsmanship and artistic pursuits, young Antonio would have been immersed in an environment that valued precision and creativity. The cultural atmosphere in Cremona during Stradivari's childhood was also significant. The city was a hub for artistic and musical activity, attracting craftsmen, musicians, and connoisseurs of arts. And of course, this environment would have played a role in shaping Stradivari's early appreciation of the world of music and instrument making. As he entered adolescence, Stradivari's interest and capability for instrument making likely became more visible. His formal apprenticeship in the craft most probably began around the age of 14, and it was a common practice for aspiring luthiers of the time. Apprenticeships were a crucial part of the learning process. There, young craftsmen worked closely with experienced masters to upgrade their skills and techniques necessary for the trade. Now, the secret to the Stradivarius' exceptional quality has been the subject of much speculations, debates, and romanticized mystery. Some of the people connect its brilliance to the quality of wood, or the spruce for the top, or the maple for the back, and sides harvested from the forest of the Italian Alps. Others, for example, point to the varnish, a closely guarded mixture that Stradivari took with him to the grave. And then, which is most likely, there is a scrupulous craftsmanship, a mix of skill, intuition, and a touch of inexplicable. As we research the mystery of Stradivarius, consider the design a delicate dance of curves and contours that go beyond aesthetics. The F-holes, the sound post, the bass bar, all components accurately placed to coax the most exquisite tones from the instrument. Stradivarius' genius lay not just in the materials he chose, but in the tiny nuances of his craftsmanship, a mix of precision and passion. Stradivari is estimated to have crafted over 1,000 instruments during his career. These instruments include violins, cellos, violas, and other stringed instruments. Of this extensive output, it is believed that approximately 650 to 700 of his creations have survived to the present day. Among Stradivari's most famous and sought-after instruments, of course, are his violins. Some of his most celebrated violin models include the Stradivarius, the Lyre, the Messiah, and Lady Blunt. Now let's talk about the sound. The sound describing the Stradivarius tone is like trying to capture a sunset in the words. It's warm and rich and possesses a depth that seems to resonate from the very soul of the instrument. Musicians usually speak a lot of its unparalleled projection, its ability to fill concert halls with a whisper and enrapture audiences with a thunderous crescendo. This is the sound that has captured the likes of Itzhak Perelman, Joshua Bell, and countless other virtuosos. Imagine the violin as a time traveler, a silent witness to history unfolding. The Messiah, the Lady Blunt, and the Betrayer, they're not just the names, they're characters with histories to narrate. For centuries, they've been companions to historical events, narrators of human emotions, and living witnesses to the ebb and flow of time. The Stradivarius isn't merely an instrument, it's a living testament to the passage of time. But here's where the story takes a mysterious turn. Despite the tireless efforts of modern luthiers armed with technology and science, no one has been able to replicate the Stradivarius sound with exact precision. The wood, the varnish, the craftsmanship, each element holds a piece of the puzzle that eludes replication. So it seems that Stradivarius guards its secret with a silent, resonant smile. As the centuries rolled by, these instruments became absolute treasures, represented with astronomical prices at auctions. In 2011, a Stradivarius known as the Lady Blunt made a mind-blowing $15.9 million, reminding us of the rarity of these masterpieces. In recent times, these violins aren't confined to being relics of the past. They're accessible to us in a new and exciting ways. Thanks to the wonders of technology, you don't need to go on a journey to a fancy museum to take a look at these violins. Imagine this, sitting at home, discovering all the intricate details of Stradivarius through the technologies of online exploration. That's the kind of modern magic we're talking about, seamlessly blending this timeless instrument with our digital realm. Now, what if someone wanted to get a Stradivari violin nowadays? Where to search? Finding an authentic Stradivarius violin for sale can be a challenging task due to their rarity and high demand. But here are a few avenues you may explore if you are interested in acquiring Stradivarius violin. First is auction houses. Stradivarius violins occasionally appear at prestigious auction houses such as Christie's, Sotheby's, and Theresio. So keep an eye on upcoming musical instrument auctions and just be prepared for big competition. Second option is specialized dealers. Some dealers specialize in rare and antique instruments, including Stradivarius violins. These dealers often work with collectors and musicians and may have access to such instruments, so you have to make sure to verify the authenticity and provenance when dealing with high-value instruments. The third option is private sales. Occasionally, of course, Stradivarius violins may be available through private sales, but this can involve working directly with owners or middlemen who are willing to sell. Networking within the classical music community or engaging with reputable luthiers and dealers may open the doors for such opportunities. Option number 4, institutions and foundations. Some institutions and foundations own Stradivarius violins and may occasionally sell them or loan them. However, these transactions are often complex and may involve special conditions. Option number 5 is museums and exhibitions. While museums primarily aim to preserve and showcase historical instruments, some still may occasionally sell them or loan them from their collections. So attending exhibitions and contacting curators may also provide information into potential opportunities. And the last but not the least is instrument rental programs. In rare cases, organizations or individuals may offer Stradivarius violins for rent, providing an opportunity for musicians to experience playing such an instrument without the need for purchase. In summary, the Stradivarius violin isn't merely a relic. It's a living piece of musical history that keeps us on our toes, always guessing. These violins are more than just old. They're living legends that continue to captivate and awe music lovers around the globe, being magical friends that musicians have played and cherished for centuries. The Stradivarius violin isn't just an instrument. It's a living testament to the intersection of art and science. It's a whisper from the hands of a master craftsman who centuries ago infused a bit of magic into wood and strings. It's a story that continues to unfold with each stroke of the bow, reminding us that in the realm of music there's an instrument and there's a legend. The Stradivarius is a bit of both.